All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to This Week in Base Hit, where I am your host, Jason. It is Friday the 13th, so I'm going to keep wearing the mask because I spent $17 on it. I'm getting my money's worth. I'm joined, as almost always, by Citizen Clone. Clone, how's your week?
Dusted your hand. This is one of those weeks that the people that listen just to audio are missing out on you in the mask.
Yep,
The
Jason
good.
Mask.
The first thing I said before we get on here, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil because it's a perfect segue. I said, "Good job surviving," because of the tornadoes that went through your.
Yep,
Sorry, but
tornado hit my neighborhood last
that's not the
two
only
nights ago.
survival. It's not the
Yep,
only survival that you did this week.
made it to round five.
How's it feel?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is I went to look at it this morning and I hit refresh on the standings and I saw the gold bar with my name on it. I was like, yes. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, that was week four. And I was like, oh no, I just set myself up for the ultimate devastation. And so then I clicked schedule and I rolled through and looked at all the games and I was kind of like, because I was out of the money after two, tranches, and I was like, I wasn't sure because I needed to leapfrog somebody and I didn't have the tie break against one of the guys that was above me, and I was like, So yeah, it felt pretty good when I saw that I actually made it.
Yeah, I was looking through. I These things move fast, and I posted on Discord. I'm not giving people the same like spoiler amount of time. I gave them 20 minutes, but I was looking at it. I mean, that was awesome. There's a bunch of repeat finalists,
Yeah.
and and then you were. This is your first time, and you had made it to through Thursday, Thursday, four times before.
Yep.
Got through. Perry's first time. I can't remember who the other two were that are the first timers, but
Perry doesn't deserve to be in there. You see his run differential.
did he?
Yeah,
All
he
right,
got lucky.
check it. I think he's been doing pretty good. Let me
Yeah,
look.
no, he's good, but Perry knows I'm going to talk trash because of
Okay,
our redraft
got it.
rivalry. He's very, very good in
Yeah.
general. Okay, now I'm not doing a good job of talking
Oh, I've
trash.
seen his name. I've seen his
Yeah,
name
he's
pop
very good.
up. You see guys start to show up towards the top. I mean, it's a bunch
Mystery.
of mis mystery. There's three or four guys that were in it last week too.
Yep,
Mystery.
yep,
Gingerface. Elihu is on a roll.
yep. WFN's
Came
always on a
back,
roll.
and there's one more. I don't want to.
Ooh, Cy Maddox was odd man out this for the round, and he was doing really well too. So shout out to Cy Maddox. You get him
I don't
next
want to
time.
skip through the other repeat. Uh, who's the
Uh,
other repeat from last week?
CBT.
Trent,
Oh
Tony
yeah,
Rempey. Uh, yeah, CBT too. Jesus,
Patrick Temper
four,
or
four,
whatever his name is.
four guys from last week, and WFN. If that guy wins two in a row,
Yep, that'll be like the Cristo of Survivor.
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
And
I mean he's very
these are bigger
consistent owner.
pools than the TOC. Uh,
Yep,
there's over 100 people. That would be crazy.
yep.
Uh, anyway, lots of jinxing in here. I'm not like
Hey,
trying
I
to
saw
jinx.
you added a jinx emoji. Did you add
Hey, you
that?
like it?
That's pretty good. Everybody needs to use the jinx emoji next time
I had that for a while, and I had
you
never added
broke
it
it out.
this
I
time.
liked it. So now we can all use it, right? Because it's on the Discord server.
Yep,
All
yep.
right.
I think if you use that, it protects anything that you say against being an actual jinx.
Or does it turn it into a reverse jinx?
I don't
We'll
know.
figure it out based on
Yeah.
how it ends up working out.
Um, Sweet. I plowed through your Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. I'm excited because we got. I
Yep.
don't know. I hadn't talked to you about this week's changes, but there's changes this week.
I
Did you
saw
look at?
50% more players in the pool, approximately, because somebody's going to do the math and call bullshit. 50% more games. It's not exactly 50%. Get over yourself. It's 81 games. Uh, right? Is it 81 games?
It was 54 before that. That one's exactly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is it exactly 50% more players?
Uh, it's not exactly because
Ah,
it might have
bastard.
ended up, but I the just behind the curtain. I make a bigger pool and then I go through and veto some guys, and I had to veto with the bigger pool. I had to veto a bigger batch of guys. So we'll see.
Okay.
Um, but if it's not, it's close. We
So
could let's take each of those one at a time.
so does that also mean, and I don't remember if I read this or not, that the games will come in four tranches then instead of three?
Nope, it'll just be three tranches. It's
Yeah.
tranches.
Yeah, tranche. Tranche. Tranches.
Okay, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
I don't know that word. It's still gonna be three batches. The schedule will still work on, but I mean the daily schedule, but it's still gonna be three batches. It's just more, uh, which I had been planning almost from the start. Get a bigger sample size out there, which get a little more separation in the standings. Cut down a little bit on the variation that just comes from the normal variation of baseball. And people will see their player, sometimes players playing better for you and others, and over 81 games it'll be a little bit closer. But bigger sample size, which had been
Just trying new things. We're still dialing it in, figuring out what's best. This might be better. It might be worse. You might be better. You might be worse. Who knows? Who knows?
um that one I had been planning forever. The bigger player pool I got sold more on this week, and I had kind of planned. I've been trying to feel it out in terms of, the frequency. We have that player frequency chart, which I need to put a link somewhere because some people still don't know that it exists, that shows how often people get picked. But that's good information on seeing like the
It was
divide.
wild this week. It was wild in terms of the advancement. The entire middle was like all over the place. So like I kind of like the chaos of it because it showed that like every strategy didn't work. There was only like one real consensus pitcher, one real consensus hitter, and then the rest was and even the consensus hitter wasn't like a tier A guy. The consensus pitcher was.
Yeah,
Um,
I haven't looked at the results. I saw there were five guys that kind of stuck out as being more popular than the rest.
you know,
But this week, yeah, this week had been the expanded salary cap, which was an experiment, but
it
it was also,
worked. I
yeah.
think.
Well,
Well,
then it's
I mean, I
unfortunate. That's unfortunate because we're going the opposite way this week.
yeah,
It's
that's all
55
right.
million this week. It's
That's all right.
55 million.
I'm ready
Uh,
for whatever your stupid
well,
hijinks are.
I want to see, I want to see. People have been asking for more players out there, and I don't want. I've said other places, but I'm not looking for it to be an endless list of people where you can make
Yeah,
the exact same kind of team every week and make your dream team that you would do the exact same thing every time.
right. It has to
I'm
be
not
hard.
looking. What?
It has to be hard.
Yeah.
You have to make choices. Like it, because you're exactly right. I would design it exactly how I think a team should be. And that's not what win. In fact, doing it this way has taught me more about like getting me out of my comfort zone and realizing guys that like have that initial look where I'm like, they're kind of a tweener for me, perform really well. Like you learn more about like the interaction with um well, I guess, I've learned a lot about the interaction between attributes that I really didn't pay enough attention to, especially contact and slugging. I guess I'll give that one away. Like I'm
Uh,
not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying like I realize how it could be good or bad.
uh, yep. Sorry, I'm
Yep.
gonna
Uh,
mute.
and like there's the how contact can act as a modifier for BA,
Figured stuff out already. I still haven't set. I've done okay, but I haven't gotten to the next level. And
how
I can tell
BA
that
can
some of
be
you
a
guys,
how BA can be a modifier for contact slugging together. Like I'm learning a
some of you
lot.
guys have figured this. Some of you guys are breaking away from the pack and figure stuff out. And I'm going to get there, but I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, so this week, more
Must be
choices,
more
more
games.
choices, but less money. So you're gonna have to be creative. And I want to see what it does to what teams look like. Part of I mean, I want to see what it does first, but also, there's just that tendency when you're when we had the smaller pool, you look over at somebody else's team and you're like, ah, we got the exact same team, which isn't, it's not the exact same team, but you got a lot of the same guys. You're not going to have as many of the same guys. Or
But
maybe you
you
will.
could, when I heard somebody say that, I started going through team by team, and it's true. Everybody's going to have some overlap of like five guys because that's just what it does when you have a player pool like that. But they're at different points in the lineup. You set your teams up differently. You set your manager settings differently. Your stadiums are different. It's like, wow, I got the same thing because the five most popular position players I have with multiple. That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Well,
Unless
I'm excited
it's
to
nine
see how
up,
it goes.
nine down, the options are the same, the stadiums are the same. Uh, not the same.
Well, I went back. I do understand that feeling though. What do you what?
I was going to say also, if you're not going through scouting the computer teams and
Yeah.
then setting up your pitching lineup, you're doing yourself a disservice.
That's what I was saying is that so we've had well, I think again,
Overthink it, nerds.
having the same having a smaller player pool makes it feel like you're doing the same things even if you're not. But we've had I specifically and I changed this week too. There's a lot of changes. I specifically had been doing theme days, right, of different stadiums and different focuses for the opponents. And I've still been on, and there's a lot of people that are still on. I'm just going to make my best team that I would expect to be my best team, and I'm just going to hope that it plays out. And then it
Yep.
works out some days, then all of a sudden you get destroyed in other days. And it goes to show that stadium and the opponent ratings actually matter.
Matter. It
Um,
definitely matters.
um, and
Yep.
we're not used to like in the regular game. If you're micromanaging, you can do some of that. Some of you like might be used to it in playoffs, but generally over a season, right? You're going to play 23 different guys and they're all going to be different. Even if I'm playing you and you love slugging, you're not going to have unlimited access to slugging. Not all of your guys are going to be sluggers, but the way I've had it, like all the opponents have been totally focused on that. They're not all going to have the same stadium. So anyway, I do think that that has given some of that feeling of whiplash from day to day because it's been major changes. So this week, also in there, I kind of standardized the teams through the week. So it's same. It's not
Oh,
exactly the same, but it's random medium stadiums and randomly batting focused teams. But they're going to be more of a hodgepodge. So it's not going to be as dramatic differences. So I don't know.
can you
Again,
do a
curious.
contest where we can change our stadium every day?
I did
I
that,
know
and
in the TOC, I want a Survivor one
I will do
because
that.
I think that's like a place that I could take advantage of that some people might forget about.
I will
I
do
don't know
that.
why I'm saying it on the
I feel
podcast.
like
Shut up.
I feel like that's an advanced setting because that requires people to remember to do it every day.
Yeah,
I was thinking about well, yeah,
tearing up the turf, putting
we'll do
down
that one. I was
sod
thinking about doing
overnight.
it once. What if we did it once that like on day 4 you get your chance to renovate if you want or not instead of
Okay.
doing it every day.
Uh,
Anyway,
I'll have fun.
um,
You're
but
worried
anyway,
about people forgetting about it and then just throwing it in into the fourth round? People are definitely going to forget about it.
yeah, you
And
know.
I'm not reminding them because I'm trying to beat them.
Yeah, you got a good point. You got a good point. Anyway, it's all stuff to play around, but I'm excited about seeing how it plays out. I did a lot of digging on the I had gotten feedback this week, and on the I do think using the same players and having a smaller player pool, it can give that feeling that you're just getting unlucky. And I think some of these changes will it'll feel a little different, and you'll have more choices. I want, people to find sleeper strategies. And I've started digging in, and Jar and I have talked about doing it together more of digging in, and he and I doing some spoilers on what we learn about. We can battle against the rest of the world on what we learn about how people are winning. I was looking at the winners just very minorly. I was looking at the finalists last week, and I divided them up like pitching heavy teams, batting heavy teams, and balanced teams. And like as the week went on, those edge teams were almost all dropping off on the side. It was all people that were pretty balanced, batting and pitching. And generally, I mean, the players, the salaries are different, but the more money going towards batting has been the tendency towards those finalists. Anyway, just looking at guys that are finalists.
Batting as in offense or batting as in BA?
Offense,
Yeah,
offense.
yeah. Okay, because I was going to
Spending
disagree
more
with
of
you
your
there.
salary. Spending
Because
more of your salary. I
yes,
haven't done it by rating yet.
slugging was a bigger one last contest.
Yeah, I meant
Yeah.
I meant offense. But anyway, it's cool. And I ran a couple contests this week just to recheck the variation. I ran another contest that was 24 of the exact same team, which
Hmm.
I hadn't said to you, but came out as expected. We match up pretty good with MLB in terms of variation and uh, the distribution. Um, so anyway, whatever. I I'm excited about this one, and I'm gonna be reaching out to more people this week.
I hope
I'm
so.
I'm starting my call back to the old users who haven't been here. It's Father's Day. It's time to get some of these guys back to try it
And
out.
this next contest, we're giving away a hat for Father's Day. We're not doing it every week, so just calm down.
This
Father's
is
Day present,
We're just trying to celebrate people that
all
are
you fathers.
populating the earth.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Um,
But if I
yeah.
win, I'm taking the hat. And I'm
Oh,
not a
shit.
dad. I don't care. I'll
There
celebrate being your daddy.
there you go. I like it. We had some hats. We had some hats that got given out in TSC, but not everybody had a shot at it. Now everybody's gonna have a shot at it. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this week. It's gonna
There you
be
go.
different, and I want to see. I'm really liking seeing the data that's coming back. Um, I'm definitely. I haven't had a chance to dig in as much as I want, but I'm pretty much where I'm at is I'm bookmarking the people that I know that I need to cheat off their teams. And
I
you're
don't know
one of
if you're
those.
going to be able to.
You're one of those.
Thanks, man. But I don't know if you're going to be able to. Like, because everybody I've looked at hasn't used the same type of team every week. They're
Yeah.
doing it based on the variables of the.
That's what I do think that's a level ahead
Like,
of
I've had one where it was like no bullpen at all with high EN starters. I had another one where I went with the lowest EN starters possible to save on the cap and push into like my highest EN guys were middle relievers. And I was doing that on purpose. And like at the end of the contest, the most innings pitched were by a middle reliever. Like, but I did that because that's just what the constraints of the contest said was going to be
yeah.
the best thing to
Interesting. Well,
do.
I'll be curious to hear from you how it feels when you're doing the player selections this week because it should feel different,
Yeah.
feel significantly different. I'm hearing from people all the time, and I have a lot of conversations about this during the week, and it's been really helpful. Some of it, no, it's all very helpful. Talking it through with people. Um,
Yeah. I feel like right now I'm on like the second rung. There's like this group of people that have like clearly have their thought process dialed. I don't feel like I'm that.
well, so I'm hoping.
I feel like I'm kind of fumbling forward into success so far, to be honest.
I mean, it might
Like,
not be the top, but you've made yeah now 5 Thursdays in a row. That's
yeah.
very good. I do think, and we'll see how it plays out, because I've had it bouncing around so much. People have had to pick teams that could adapt to all the different kinds of teams, right? Uh, and that's gonna be a little different this week because it's not gonna be bouncing around so much. So I don't know if that's gonna change it up. If that's gonna make it easier for people or harder for people. Um, who knows?
Uh, yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
I mean, that's what makes it fun. Figuring it out. It's a little every week's a little puzzle. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yep. Uh, that's all I got, man. I also I have some baseball cards coming. I was hoping they would be here right now.
I
Like
had a good one. I had a great story, but we went right into the contest, so I'm going to have to
close it
save
out.
it.
Let's close
No,
it out.
no, no, we're saving. we're already running long, so we're gonna save it for next week. But I have like 20 great baseball stories for the next 20 weeks. I got them all lined up.
Uh,
Yep.
maybe I had said that this was a Father's Day treat, but maybe it should have been the Friday the 13th treat instead.
Next week is Father's Day. What, on Sunday? And it's Juneteenth on Friday. So there's like a Negro League tribute stuff going on. So it's gonna be a fun baseball week.
Yeah.
Um, like the Negro League tribute stuff's really cool. I got something for that next week, actually. So we'll talk about that too.
Oh, all right, man.
All right, there we go. That's this week in base hit. Sorry, we've been overrunning everybody with contest stuff. Hopefully, most of you watching are in the contest. If you're not, get in there. It's fun. Enjoy yourself. Get in next week. It'll likely be the most people that we've had in a contest, so it'll be fun. Join us, and also join us on Discord. That conversation's great. Get in there. Learn some of the quickest way to learn something about base hit. This is my longest outro ever. I'm going to just keep talking. No, I'm not. We're done. I'm out. So is he.